Who is the copyright author when a message has been sent to you from beyond the grave? Interesting. Stick around and I'll tell you. Hi everyone, Simon here from the Contract Company. We also run another website called askacontractlawyer.com. If you've got any questions, go to askacontractlawyer.com, send them in, we'll make you a video response just like this one. So, who owns the copyright when you've received the message from beyond the grave and you've written it down? Spooky. Anyway, 1927, there's an English case of Cummins and Bond. Now, Miss Cummins was a journalist who in her spare time conducted seances. During that seance, apparently, she would cover her eyes with her left hand, write with her right hand, and she had an assistant who would swap out the paper that she was writing on once she'd filled a page. So anyway, during the course of these seances, they were accompanied by a man called Mr. Bond. Mr. Bond was an architect and he happened to come along to the seances because they were interested in some sort of abbey. I don't know how that came about. But anyway, during the seances, apparently Miss Cummins was in contact with an entity called Cleophas, or Cleophas, I'm not sure how to say that, who was 2,000 years old. But given that Cleophas spoke Hebrew, I have to say they, because I don't know if they're male or female, but they had an intermediary as a messenger, and it was the messenger who was getting in contact with Miss Cummins. And Miss Cummins then wrote down the message from the messenger in old 16th century English. Man, this is weird, isn't it? So anyway, what then happened is Mr. Bond, who apparently studied or had studied Old English, offered to take those transcribed texts or text and put it into, or punctuate everything properly, put them into proper paragraphs and use proper English, unlike myself. So then what happened is Mr. Bond did that, took the work, fixed it all up, put it in proper sentences, made it read well, and then actually sent that information or some of those messages to magazines in the United States to try and get them published, because there was quite a spiritualist movement in the States at the time. Then what he tried to do is get Miss Cummins to actually assign the copyright, or at least give him a part share in the copyright. Miss Cummins didn't want to do that because she believed that the messages beyond the grave were hers and hers alone. And so that's where we go to court. And she basically wanted an acknowledgement from the court that she owned the copyright and that there was no copyright agreement or transfer of a title in the copyright to Mr. Bond. Weird stuff. Anyway, the judge basically found that, look, he wasn't prepared to say that the information that was from beyond the grave was original, because that would mean that he would have to say that the person, or that the message itself from the person beyond the grave was valid. Not willing to do that. Come on, Judge, you could have had a crack at that, mate. Anyway, doesn't matter. What ended up happening was that the judge did actually agree that Miss Cummins owned the copyright. She was the original author, even though the defence had said that nah, it's not an original work. She's just transcribing something that was given to her. As I said, the judge didn't accept that. And Mr. Bond went down in a flaming heap. So, if you are a psychic medium and you get information from beyond the grave and you write it down, then there's a good chance that you're the copyright owner. There you go. Who would have thought? Anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. Simon@contractcompany.com.au or 1-800-355-455. Thanks very much.